Okay. September 29th, we are recording. So um, I don't have much except for October stuff and kind of this last 90 days group that I just wanted to chit chat about today. But I wanted to kind of first go around and do some victories for this past week, client victories, personal victories, coaching victories, whatever that you want to share, whatever it is that you want to share. So anyone want to volunteer to go first? As I sip my coffee, because I'm like, nope.
I'll go.
Yay.
I did cardio core. Can we take a minute just for I was like, ooh, I need to do something with this hair when I'm really sweating. That's not good. So I've had it's been a crazy week, but it just kind of proves that when you're consistent and you're still posting and you're still talking about real life, because life is imperfect. And I mean, I'm sure you all saw my post this week that it was a struggle, that people still see that. And like, I got so many messages the other day when I talked about how, anxiety had the best of me this week and what, like, people, and I'm like, I'm really okay. Like, I'm not dying, but because it's real life and life is messy. And so, they're so used to seeing not the highlight reel, because I do feel like I'm honest with most things, but they see me trying to be uplifting and getting people going. And so when I have a bad day, it's reciprocal, and like all of these things happen. I was telling Michaela, I posted on my Insta stories about, my colitis and like my anxiety and how it's affecting that because it's stress induced. And I got so many messages about how, like, my friend sells this pill, you should take it for gut health. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I was like, no, this is real life. Like, life happens, and you're like, my life is so different than, almost 2 years ago. Like, where that used to be a consistency of how I felt, it's random and So I think that was just a personal whatever. I did the bare minimum this week, obviously, because I was just trying to really survive. I did have a girl sign up for Lift 4. And then yesterday, as I was feeling really bad about myself because I hadn't worked, and like, I'm like, oh God, I need to like get back into a routine. And I'm sitting there at Institute Day as I'm sitting like in teacher classes, and I get a text from Tracy, who was in the same building but somewhere else. And she's like, pretty sure I just went Emerald. And I was like, what? So that kind of like just flips your brain. You know what I mean? Like when you're frustrated or you're like, okay, I need to get back into a routine or whatever it is. It's that one thing. Like I had 2 people sign up in the past week, and, I've had some really good conversations and whatever, but it's kind of like that flip of the brain. And then I'm like, okay, like then I'm in overdrive. Like, all right, I have X amount of people who are on Home Direct that aren't getting the discount. And, I'm like messaging Eric's people that are under him because they have kind of fallen off because one was moving and whatever. I'm like, let's get going. So it just kind of gives you like that drive you need. It's funny how when you're feeling bad or you're feeling overwhelmed or whatever, like there's just like that one thing and you're like, okay, I'm back. Like I'm feeling better. So that was my week.
Yay, in a nutshell. Tracy, that's exciting. It's exciting. And
and I feel like, what?
Go.
I feel like we've worked so like hard with like together to do it. And then like, but it just proves like you have to I should be diamond and I'm not, because I wasn't focusing on that piece of it on my own because I thought I had it. And now I'm only 3 active on my right leg because Miranda's not consistently active. So.
And that's kind of part of it too. I mean, like it's exciting when you see things in motion, when you see like the work that you've been putting in and you see like things are starting to happen, especially when you get closer to those goals, to like see how everything moves. in that direction. And I know like sometimes it feels like you take, 3 steps forward and 5 steps back, and then 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And then, like, it's just, sometimes it's just really like, but continuing to have that building mindset and like continuing to like stabilize yourself. So that way, when you do hit diamond and like emerald and stuff, to continue, like, okay, I'm a solid emerald because I have like 4 coaches on each leg. My next step is diamond. Like, I want to stabilize myself as ruby and then as diamond, and like, and I think, that'll just continue to grow for you. I mean, you're obviously doing the work, like you're obviously making it happen. You're having the conversations, you're doing the things that you need to do. And I think, it's awesome that it's working, that it's moving in that direction. Very exciting.
It kind of gives me that kick because I've been putting off a coach sneak peek because I just wasn't sure. And like, I've taken notes, like I've organized it all, like, here's what I want to make sure is in there, yada, yada. And I just haven't done it. So that's kind of that, like, okay, here's your chance. You need to do it. Like, this is your sign, like, get your together and do it. It's not going to do itself.
Last night, yeah. All
in. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Yay. Did you set a date?
For diamond?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was last March.
You set a new date?
Yeah, December 31st. It was like really hard to set a date because like my date was my year anniversary. Mm-hmm. And then when I didn't do it and I was just frustrated, like, because I didn't know what to do, but it's fine. And so then it was diamond by the end of the year because I really want to be 2-star by summit next year. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I don't know what that means in my life, but
yeah,
that's my goal.
2-star. Well, the 2-star bonus is nice. It's an extra like $5,000 to $1,000 that you get when you get 2-star, and after you've held it for 6 weeks. And then if you're a paid 2-star, well, that's every quarter. So it can be up to an extra $4,000 a year or whatever. As a bonus, and then you get your second business center, and with your second business center you get to build that to diamond, and then you're 3-star. And so not only is it an extra income driver, it's an extra volume driver, and it's an extra like you for your business. So kind of cool. And then when you're 3-star, you're like, well, I'm almost 5-star, and that's going to give me elite. And then elite is, obviously all of the like perks and stuff that come with elite, as far as like the trips and the leadership thing they do every year. There's a leadership thing this month. I think it's in Vegas every year. It's in October.
Hold on, it's this week because I Instagram stuff.
That was on my radar 6 months ago. And
would you like me to tell you what Amy Rada is doing? Yes. She's going to Vegas. She's already in Kansas City, and then she goes to Vegas for a week.
So that trip, and it's really like, not that Beachbody doesn't spoil their coaches anyway, but like when you turn 5-star, you get a separate 5-star line, diamond. 5-star diamond line. You basically get your own customer service person that's like the creme de la creme of customer service that like helps you and your team with anything that you need at all, anytime. So like for me, I've gone to Deidre in the past with some things that like customer service issues, or like when somebody bought a challenge pack at 11 p.m. and they're trying to count it for the next month, and you're like, no, I needed that to go on the previous month. And then you have to call, and then they have to do all this jump through the hoop type stuff. But anyway, you have a person that like is dedicated to you and your team, which is pretty cool. And then the 5-star bonus that comes with it is also a nice little bonus. I think it's more like $5,000 to $10,000 a year extra or something like that. So those are awesome little extra benchmarks. But building a team, and like for me, You know, like I don't set goals like that for myself. I mean, yes, of course, like I want to like see myself take it to the next level and like challenge myself to get out of my comfort zone. But like to know that like I'm building helping build like this awesome team of women that are continuing to help build other teams of awesome women, you know, like to see that like trickle down and like to help you guys grow your businesses and your income and stuff like that. That's really important to me. So so I don't say like, hey, I want to get you to diamond so like I can be, you know, whatever, like great. But knowing like whenever I hit diamond, it wasn't like the next week my paycheck wasn't like $1,000 and it was like, oh my gosh, you know, rainbows and sunshine everywhere. But it was like a mental shift because I had taken myself to the next level, you know, like getting a promotion at work that you've worked really hard towards, you know, like it's like, I did it. I made this, you know, I accomplished this and now like I'm going to raise the bar a little bit higher. So, so yeah.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Raise the bar.
My end goal is I want to take Brie to Disney next fall. So that really is my goal.
Get real. Like,
she's never been.
That's going to be.
She's been on a Disney cruise. I mean, so clearly go big or go home, but she's never been to the parks and she really wants to go.
We haven't gone since Emma was 15 months old, and that's a goal of ours. So we just we were thinking about doing it this spring, and my goal was like to take a month of my income and be able to cover a trip to Disney. And instead, we're not going to tell them until Christmas, but we just booked for all three of them to come on the Success Club cruise with us next year.
Oh, you got the room?
Yes, we did.
Yes. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I moved my vision board. I'm like, it's not there. I put it on my goal board to do Disney this year, and we talked about it, and I'm like, for what we would spend for Disney, like we could do the cruise for the same or cheaper, and they're all inclusive. I mean, they're all inclusive, so it's like I don't have to worry about bringing food and paying for food and all that stuff, and so very exciting. Yay. So I will say, like real quick on the retreat, we're probably going to do vision boards. So we'll talk a little bit more about that closer to the date. But I thought it was the dumbest thing, and I thought it was super cheesy. And I'm like, I'm not doing like a glittery fancy poster board. That's just not me. Like I'm not like I don't do that. I did, and at this last retreat, and it was the first time that I've really actively sat down and thought about goals for myself for the next year and things that I want to accomplish, not just in my business, but for me and my family. And it was really freeing to like put that down on paper and then bring it home and share it with my husband and be like, these are some things, you know, as stupid as this like fancy little glittery poster board looks, like these things are important to me and I want you to help keep me accountable to get there. So I think that's something that that'll be fun for us to all do together too, as cheesy as it is. Moving on, who else has something to share? Henry, perhaps? No?
Henry, you don't want to share about your week?
He's hiding. He's like, I'm over it.
Did you get some monarch butterflies at all?
Happened to the last caterpillar. It turned into a chrysalis.
A chrysalis. That's my favorite word that little people say.
Got the last one.
Yay.
I don't know. I think my successes this week were more personal. I also have not worked at all this week on the business. Listen, if you're going to be down here, you have to be respectful of the conversation, otherwise people cares. I didn't work very much at all this week. I have a kiddo at school who's taking up every extra second of time that I have, including my lunch and my planning bells. So I can't use my lunch to work at all, which is fine. We'll get to it. But I did have a pretty difficult conversation with a girlfriend of mine. We've been friends since my freshman year of college, I guess. And she jumped on the Beachbody bandwagon a few years ago. And things have been sort of tense between us since I started coaching. Like, she was really hurt about the posts that I was doing, like Find Your Tribe and women supporting women, and she was feeling put out or excluded, or like I was discounting our friendship or whatever. And she's like, no, it's all on me. I understand, I know. But we had a conversation this week where she's like, I have to be honest with you. I'm really jealous of what's going on with you in, you know, in your business and in your physical success with working out. She's like, I just am feeling so stuck all around. Can you stop, please? But part of that conversation was also being honest with each other, saying we each need our own things. So for me, coaching and this team, this is my thing, and felt comfortable enough with her to say, I'm not asking you to be a part of this. And she also said to me that we worked at summer camp together. That's how we met. She was like, camp is my thing. And she just went away last weekend for a women's weekend there and didn't invite me and was worried that I was, you know, upset about not being invited. And it's like, no, we're all entitled to our own thing. We are two different people. We can do two different things. And that's okay. So my stuff was more personal this week, not at all business related. I did get my old principal. She signed on. She went bananas when she bought all of her stuff, but she's going to bring on her sister and I think one of her nieces. So the ripple effect is happening, which I'm super excited about. Yay! Yay. So we'll see if I can make that happen before we start on Monday.
That's exciting.
I sent out my first link today since, 3-4 months ago? Or I sent out my first link yesterday.
Yay!
Yay! Success!
And she's back.
These are all the messages that I've sent out in the last 3 days to the people that are trying to join my fake Rachel Hollis group.
Still counts.
Yeah.
Still counts.
And you know what? Like, and I still have like 20 more. I just ran out of time yesterday. And I've got probably 10 of them that are actually having conversations with me. And some of them are like, yes, we know that your group is not the official one, but we would still like to use yours too and see what it's all about kind of thing. But Ashley's video this week, like totally smacked me right in the face. Like I did my kid this morning. I should tell you guys about that in a second. But I was so
video
on my live Facebook, like it was my 4.5 minute plank and my child would not stop climbing all over me. And then like he went under me and had his like feet up around my neck and was like acting crazy. And I kept telling him, and like, this is after he was on my back. And I was like, please stop. I'm asking you to stop. You're not being nice to mommy. You're hurting mommy. Please stop. And then all of a sudden he's like, ah! Like in my face, like screamed in my face. And my like reaction was like to pop him in the mouth. But like, I wasn't thinking as fast as my brain, and like I smacked him like right across the face, like in my live video, like straight up smacked him in the face. And I'm like, I'm sorry, baby, I shouldn't have done that. And then he smacked me back, and then
oh my God.
But he was like laughing the entire time, and I'm like, do I re-record this and do a 4.5 minute plank again, or do I go with it in real life? And I've got all these girls that are like, girl, you're fine. Like, don't be embarrassed. Like, we don't want kids. I'm just like, holy shit, I just did that. So
yes, I told her, I was like, I can't tell you how many live videos I've done where I've had to like literally push Bria like this. And she's like, stop touching me. And I'm like,
I went back and watched the video and I feel like completely justified in what I did, only because if you like, I should share, I'll see if I can share the video. Like literally he is on me and messing with me for the entire 4 minutes or 4.5 minutes. And I kept my cool and was just like, please stop. I'm asking you to stop. You can get on me when I'm done. You're hurting mommy. If you ask me to stop, do I stop? Like I repeatedly, without losing my shit, kept my cool. And even after I smacked him on the face, I kept my cool, but I was super embarrassed.
You totally did, because Tracy and I were talking about it while you were doing it. I was like, oh my God, he's on her. Oh my God, he's under her. Oh my God, he's alive. And I'm like thinking 4.5 minutes.
It was
like, bad.
The girls in my group are like, hashtag best plank ever, hashtag best plank video ever. Just like whatever. Anyways, it cannot go viral though, because I will probably get arrested for child abuse. But back to Ashley's video, like, I think that I was stressing myself out in these like conversations, and just in general with inviting and trying to make connections, is that constant in the back of your mind, how am I going to link this to Beachbody without being salesy? Like, how am I going to bring up what I do and not be salesy? And so there's like this stress and anxiety that builds up about that, where it's like, I have no problem making friends and making a connection. But then it's like, then I have to turn around and be like, oh, and by the way, do you want to join my group and buy BOD and Shakeology? And so watching Ashley's video and just hearing some of the messages that she sent totally made sense. And it's like, this is what I have to offer. And if you want to do your own thing, that's cool too. You know, this is what I use, and just kind of use it more as like a recommendation kind of thing. And so I don't know, it just kind of changed my perspective a little bit. So
we'll send that Gary Vaynerchuk video. Let me see if I can post it. I'll find it. I don't want to sit here and dig for it.
I'm sure you said just it's on YouTube. It's called
It is, but
Perspective.
it's not on his page. I found Melanie shared it through some group, and I watched it. I need to go back and figure out where it came from. And I think I bookmarked it, but it's like on his fan page YouTube video. But I will say, Gary Vaynerchuk is like, I mean, you were at Summit, Michaela, when he spoke, weren't you? He's amazing. And like, he was like one of the first like internet, like built himself to success. Like back when like Facebook got started, he started doing like wine reviews online and recording a YouTube channel. And then it like went viral, and like all these people subscribed. So then he like owned this online, one of the first online wine distribution companies. And he like reviewed wine, and like he made millions and millions of dollars, like self-made millionaire, immigrant family in New York. And like his dad owned a liquor store, and he like just started that way with like having better wine in there. Cause like people would come in and ask for certain kinds of wine. And he told his dad like, hey man, like we got to give what our customers need. Like we need to have, so anyway, Gary Vaynerchuk, long story short, his business mindset and business insight is like none other. Like he is like no BS, like cut and dry. Like if you don't want to suck in your business, then stop sucking. Like he will tell you like, you know, like he's like super bold.
Very straight. Like he's very like in your face. Like, I don't want to hear your excuse. Your excuse isn't better than anybody else's. Like,
right. Like I just watched this video, and he was talking to like some guy, and he's like, so let me ask you, like, what's holding you back in your business? What's holding you back in like building your business or whatever? And not Beachbody related. Like he never does anything like Beachbody related. This was just like some guy that wanted to like, you know, sell headphones or I don't know, whatever it was. And the guy's like, well, my parents judged me or whatever. And he's like, who cares? Like, why are you worried about what other people think about you? Like, he's like, why? And then like I was talking about in that video, like he's like, other people's opinions of you don't matter. Like the only thing that matters is like you and what you think at the end. Like I love him. So Gary Vaynerchuk, go subscribe to him on YouTube, go watch some of his videos. Like, especially if you're like, if
his last name?
What
is his last name?
Vaynerchuk. I'll type it in the chat.
Okay.
Actually, I have his YouTube channel pulled up right here. I'll just put it in the chat link. He has a podcast called The Gary V Show, Gary VEE. And he's really good. He wrote a book called Crush It. That's like one of the best, like business building, like mindset type books. I think it's a little bit older though, but anyway, he's lovely. And I think mindset has a lot to do with everything. I mean, if not most everything that we do in this business, because if your mind isn't in the right place, it's really hard to help other people get their mind in the right place. And, you know, I love to see, you know, the leaderboards like light up with all of these lives that we've changed. And I love to see, you know, everybody at SC10 and 20 and blah, blah, blah. Like that's great. But I think, you know, and maybe I'll just change the wording a little bit on the leaderboards, but I always like to put lives changed on there because I think that's completely important that we, you know, and also as we post our leaderboards for the week and do our check-ins, we should talk about the people's lives that have been changed that aren't just Success Club points, you know, that like, hey, I got 6 Success Club points this week. Cool. But like, what are your people doing that signed up? Or cool, like what about the people that didn't sign up that you still had conversations with? How are you helping those people get results? Like, you know, I think that's just as important as saying like, oh, you know, these are my successful points. Great. Like, I'm glad that you're helping people. That's what we should be doing. But like, are you just helping people to get successful points, or are you like helping people to, you know, help them get results? Because if every person that we sign up knows that we get 2 successful points and like a hat, like, is that really going to give them the incentive to want to join us? Like, oh, you're just signing me up so you can get a hat? Cool. Like, I'm glad you really are invested in helping me get results in my life. So
that's a true point. I kind of feel guilty. I probably should go back and reach out to my 2B mindset people, because that was like right before I was starting school. I wasn't like completely 100% invested in the 2B mindset. And I feel like about that post, I had all this people interested. I put them in a group and I half helped them. And so I feel like I did a disservice to these people who reached out to me hoping for results, and I didn't give that to them. And what kind of perception did that give to them about what we do? I feel like I got a lot of SC points and didn't help like I should have, you know?
I think that honest conversation too, you know, like we have the last 90 days coming up, and this is like, I hate being like in hardcore hustle mode the last couple days of the month because it stresses me out a little bit. But also I like, for me today, like I know that I'm going to take 3 hours to do follow-ups for people that I should have followed up with earlier this week that I didn't. But like those conversations, and they'll come for the whole week. Like I plan on, you know, going back to people for the whole week and not just closing my group out on October 1st and saying nobody else can join. You know, I want to have people flowing through the group the whole next 90 days. But going back to those people and like looking back through some of my applications for 2B Mindset when that came out, and, you know, all the interest that we had from those posts, and going back and having an honest conversation and saying, hey man, like, I know you had some interest at one point. I just wanted to let you know I have this last 90 days group going, and I'm going to work on finishing strong. And I know that's, you know, that weight loss, whatever it is, was important to you at some point this year. If you're interested in joining us for these last 90 days, I would love to have you. And, you know, this summer was a hot mess and I didn't get blah, 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 you know, and being honest with those people, because that is where the trust comes from, you know? And when you're like, hey, I just wanted to see if you wanted to sign up for my group, like that's like, they won't respond. But when you're like, hey, like, let me just be honest with you, and this is what I'm going to do. And if you want to do it too, cool. Caitlin, you were going to say something?
I was just going to say that there were a few times that people that I was talking to about buying challenge packs just did a year access to VOD, or like my customer leads only signed up for a quarter of VOD. And my first reaction was, oh man, like missed out. But no, like the lives changed thing is what I have to keep in mind. It's not about points. It's about people. And if someone can only afford to do a quarter at a time, great. Let's do a quarter at a time. I'm happy to help you through this. Let's do this together. But no, when I was listening, I listened to that video on my way to school Thursday, I think. And I was like, yes, this is it. This is what we have to remember. Like, forget the points. I hate the points. It's the people. But yeah, I thought it was good.
Awesome. Amanda, do you have anything you want to share? Totally going to put you on the spot.
Not really. I kind of tapped out like the last week. I'm just getting back in, but I did send a lot, probably like 25 messages out last night of people that I've kind of talked to before and just doing the last 90-day thing. And I had some flow through, but I was like outdone last night. So I haven't got around to answering all those. That'll be today's nap time.
I know. I hear you.
So.
Well, you're back at it, lady. You're back in your routine and you're back in your home. I know that makes a big difference.
And I had to apologize to, well, I felt like I had to, so I did, apologize to the people that are like currently like in the stuff and doing the things. And I'm like, dude, I tapped out for a week. Like I worked out like maybe 3 days while I was gone, but the other days I was just so exhausted from travel and no sleep. I was like, I wasn't there. Like, I didn't work out. I didn't even like drink my shakes half the time. So just getting back into it, I'm like, oh, doesn't look good, but it happened. So
It's life. It's the real stuff. So I had a couple, I'm trying to think. Oh, I have a girl who this week has really been struggling with nutrition a lot and meal planning and like eating all the things and like not following a routine. And like she just messaged me earlier this week and she's like, I don't know what it was, but something has clicked. Like just being consistent and being present in the group, it's clicked. It's making sense to me. I'm making healthier choices. I'm not seeing huge numbers drop on the scale as of yet, but she's like, I'm getting it. And like, I'm getting the nutrition part of it. And she's like, that is the biggest thing I struggle with. And she actually wants to do 2B Mindset certification. And I thought that was pretty cool that like, she's like, I know that, you know, it's going to take a little bit more commitment on my part to get this right. So she's like, I think I want to challenge myself to take it to the next level. So, so that was kind of a victory from this last week. And then my cousin, second cousin, she's like 21, just turned 21. She has like a 6-month-old. She's struggled with weight for a while and she's always kind of gone back and forth. Well, she like totally committed all in at the beginning of the month and she's lost 5 pounds and she's really, really excited. And she's like somebody that has just had really garbage nutrition her whole life and has never like, she's yo-yo dieted and has never stuck to anything. And she's like understanding and comprehending like 2B Mindset stuff and meal planning and like watching the videos. And like, she texted me yesterday and she's like, dude, Shakeology, like, I mean, I'm like not even bloated and I feel great. And she's like, my clothes are looser. And she's like, I haven't lost a ton of weight, but like just those little changes. And for me, like, that's exciting. I did push her into 2B Mindset and Shakeology, not gonna lie, but she continues to come to me and ask for help. And I'm like, girlfriend, like give yourself 30 days of going all in and then we'll see where you are. And if you want to cancel your Shakeology or return your stuff, you can. And she's like, how do I make sure that I'm set up for auto ship for Shakeology? Because I don't want to miss a month of it anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I think giving her that little extra push is what she needed. And then I've just been checking in with her via text message like a couple times a week and making sure she's staying on track, and she is, and she's doing really well. So a couple little nutrition victories for this week. Exciting stuff. And I think those are kind of important things that we should share with each other as a team, and we should do that more often. And maybe if you have somebody that messages you with a victory, take a screenshot, keep them anonymous if you want to, and post it in our team page. Or, you know, if you have somebody that reaches out to you that's excited and inspired and, you know, they are making a change, screenshot it and post it in our team page, even if they're not signing up for a challenge pack or anything like that. Because I think showing that we are all making a difference in someone's lives helps other people on the team that are working towards helping other people make changes in their lives. So keeping that community vibe is really important, not just within our challenge groups and stuff like that, but within our team too, especially as we bring new coaches in and, you know, we bring more people on board and our team continues to build and grow. I think that also helps, you know, mindset again is everything. And that helps keep our mindset going in the right direction. So congrats to everyone who has had some good victories this week with conversations and with coaches and with people and building and stuff like that. I think, you know, there's only more excitement to come for the rest of this year. So I want to dive into the calendar real quick for October. October is going to be a busy month for a lot of us, I think. I know every weekend I have is jam-packed, and I'm just going to try to stay afloat this month. And my goal is to stay afloat. And so October 1st is a Monday. new month, new goals, like, and starting on a Monday. I just love when a month starts on a Monday, because I feel like it's like, like fresh start for everyone. And so last 90 days, I've started to put a Google Doc together with some information about last 90 days. And I'm actually going to just copy it into the comments here that you can use, with a little chart on like where you can put your people in. If you want to print it out, you can. I've included some of my Facebook posts that have garnered attention. So if you want to use any ideas from there, use any of that wording, do a post today, do a post tomorrow, I probably would. And that's probably, to be honest, what I'm going to talk up for the next week or two is last 90 days. Now, Shift Shop comes out on October 21st, the new Shift Shop Proving Grounds. And very exciting, because what I think is cool about Shift Shop, and if you've never done it, I would encourage you to maybe dive in and do it. Caitlin, did you have something you want to say?
No, sorry.
Oh, okay. You like totally froze. I didn't hear anything you said, but now you're muted. So I'm like, okay, maybe not. So anyway, so Proving Grounds, October 21st. I need to dive in. I think we probably all should dive in and see exactly what's coming with that, what's included in the challenge packs, why they're $20 off. Like, probably it's going to be the markers, and I don't know if anybody knows or if anybody's looked yet to see what's included in the challenge packs. But I know there's probably an FAQ for it. There's also a little challenge this month. And again, like, not only about Success Club points, but if you do achieve X amount of Success Club points, you get a Success Club prize. Like, if you hit SC5, you get like a hat. And if you hit like 10 and you have another coach that gets to Success Club, you get like an insulated water bottle. And if you get to like SC20 and you have like 2 coaches that get to Success Club, then you get like a hoodie, like a really cute Beachbody hoodie or something. So some really cool prizes this month for that. So just extra incentive. Since it's fall, if you want a new hooded sweatshirt, that's something to work towards. So there's an FAQ about that. Hi. Bye. Okay. Did you see the invitation with the directions? Okay. So some cool Shift Shop stuff. I haven't seen the recording yet from the Dream Team call from the other night, but I did get on it for a little bit with Chris Downing. And guys, he is freaking amazing. Like, if you've ever done one of his Shift Shop workouts, you know, like, his motivation, he's just like, oh my gosh. Oh, Amanda said there's also a video in the Beachbody Champions about the October thing. So Beachbody Champions page, go check that out. I did a live workout with him at Summit not this past Summit, but the year before. And then in Punta Cana last year. And he, like, just his presence, I mean, he's a big dude, but his presence is like so much bigger than him in the room. Like, he comes in the room and like it changes, because he's just like a breath of fresh air, and he gets down on the floor with you, and he helps you push through your workout. And he says all these amazing things that, like, when you're in your workout, exactly what you need to hear. So I loved Shift Shop, and Luke and I did it together last year. And I loved the program because he just says, like, like, it's kind of like Shaun T. Like, sometimes you're struggling through a workout and he's like, if you can lift up your body, you can lift up your life. And you're like, yes, I can, Shaun T, you're right. Like, that's how Chris Downing is. Like, he just spews amazingness. And I think that alone is a huge reason why this program will be a success. So
his story is awesome too. Like, his backstory, like, if you've never heard his backstory, it's amazing. Like, and it makes you believe in him as a trainer and where he is even more. Like, he's such a real person. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's the one thing I struggle with Joel, is I don't feel like he makes that. Like, he's goofy and he's funny and I love him and he kicks my butt 4 days a week, but he misses that relationship piece, I think. And he doesn't get down on the floor with you, and he's not that Shaun T or that Chris Downing motivation. and they just have really cool stories.
He's a really awesome dude. So I'll try to find that Dream Team recording call and share that with you guys. And there was a Q&A at the end, and like, it was, you'll have to go in and watch it, but somebody had asked like, so why would we recommend Shift Shop over Lift 4 or something? Like, it was like just a poorly worded question. And I was like, why would you ask him that? Like, of course, you know, he's going to want to recommend his program over anybody else's. And he didn't. Like, he was like, I don't know, man. Like, if somebody only has time to do 4 workouts a week, then I tell them to do Lift 4. Like, I love Autumn stuff. If timed nutrition works for you, then do that. Like, he's like, I don't care what meal plan you do, as long as you're getting through the workouts and as long as you're inspiring yourself every day to get up and work out. Like, I just want to see people get results, and it doesn't matter how they get there. And I was like, wow, you're not an egotistical maniac that's like, money has gone to your head. Like, good for you for being a humble, real person. And I think that's really cool that he has that mindset too. So, so that will be out this month. That's something to kind of push towards. And I think with November being like a Thanksgiving type holiday month, maybe last 90 days isn't for everybody because that's too big of a commitment for a lot of people. So that's something to consider with Shift Shop, that it is a 3-week program. So maybe we should do a team test group starting on, you know, November 1st, where there's probably going to be stuff from the back office that we can use and schedule posts. Maybe we run it on the app, and maybe we just do a 3-week, you know, gratitude type group where people can try out Shift Shop workouts and get results before Thanksgiving or something. So, so that's something to think about. And then again, go in and look at the FAQs and then that little contest too. And then I do have a new coach training that I'm going to start on Monday. I've actually started a new platform called Teachable, and it's a free website where you can create courses. So I'm in the process of moving kind of the album that I have in our team page over to that Teachable. I literally just got an email pop up from Teachable as I'm talking, like, okay, big brother, stop watching me. Like, I'm talking about Teachable. And then my email's like, by the way. So anyway, Teachable, and I'm not one for having to create new formats all the time. I like the new coach training that I've done this last month. However, the new coach training was a big flop. So having a place that people can go and just complete the tasks, I'm condensing it down to 2 weeks. And then I'm going to have a 1-week Emerald after that. So after they complete the 2-week training, they can go into the Emerald training, and then it's done. So ideally, and I will tell you guys, as far as like, if you ever are pushing for bigger goals, like Elite, Premier, things like that, those points do matter. So helping people get started and get activity their first month, you know, whether it's hitting Success Club or getting to Emerald, does not only help that person with positive mindset and teaching, you know, the basics of the business and how to build, but it also helps as far as like getting elite points and things like that in the future. So those early victories, I think, are so important as a coach. I know I didn't hit Success Club for the first few months of my business, and I didn't have any interest, and I felt very defeated. So again, like, not always about Success Club points, but if you have a new coach, even just having them get someone signed up for Clean Week, or, you know, a quarterly bod subscription, or purchasing a Shakeology sampler pack. Like, coaches that earn $1 in their first 90 days are like 87% times more likely to stay in this business long-term versus those that don't. So just helping people with early victories once they get started. And that's something that I'm trying to integrate into this training, is simple basics, simple conversations, being real. How do you do those things? And just keep it simple. So so that will roll out this next week. I will be doing a new coach kickoff call tomorrow. And that's all I have, I think. Super Saturday, October 20th. Woo woo. And then team retreat. you guys saw Melissa's live video yesterday. If you didn't, go back and look. It's going to be amazing. And if you can't be there, Sarah, we can like Zoom chat you in and we can.
The worst part is it would be okay if I was home and couldn't be there, but the fact that I'm in St. Louis and can't be there is a little hard to swallow.
Maybe we can go grab a margarita after Super Saturday or something, and then
I don't even know if I can stay the whole time. His first game, hold on, let me tell you. I think his first game's at like 2, and what time is 12 to 3, right?
Yeah, Carl speaks at 1:30. Yeah.
I love life. Life is fun.
Damn it.
Life is fun.
I'm not signing Henry up for anything. Henry's never going to participate in anything.
Right. Oh. Well, shoot. Is any and
2:10. How far is Chesterfield from there?
20 minutes. Tops.
Can you be late?
Yeah. Eric will be there, so it's fine. I just don't want to miss it all. You know what I mean? Like,
I think he's speaking from 1:30 to 2. That's the agenda, the rough agenda that I have right now. So you should be able to see the whole talk. I think from 2 to 2:30 we're doing pictures, and then at 3 o'clock we're starting the workout or something.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna do a Shakeology bar. We're gonna have energized shots. Like we're gonna have light shows and balloons, and like it's gonna be fun.
Does anyone follow Short Girl Fitness? Sammy Glanick on Instagram.
No.
She used to be a party girl in college, and so that's kind of like her story, like how she used to use alcohol to like calm her anxiety and whatever. She like when she's having a rough day, she does Energize and Hydrate together before she works out, and she'll shake it up in her shaker, and then she pours it out in shot glasses. Okay.
Yeah.
And then she shots, and she plays the song shot, 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 and she's like down in her shots all the way down of Energize and Hydrate. It's awesome. It's like my favorite thing to watch.
Why are we not doing that? God.
I don't.
Awesome.
She's amazing. Like, I love her.
Oh my gosh.
That's why, like, I think it's so important to follow someone who is like you. You know what I mean? Or like you really relate with. Like, I think Melanie has great stuff, but I don't relate with her. Like,
businesswoman. Like, she's a very business-oriented, business-driven.
And right. And I don't, like, I love her trainings and the things that she brings to our team. Like, I couldn't ask for a better, like, upline, but when I'm looking for someone like on Instagram to follow and like get me motivated, like that's Sammy Glanick is my jam. She's funny, and we don't have anything like she's probably in her late 20s, like she has no kids, but like I like her story. Like she's fun to follow.
I need to find her.
I know. I'm looking at her right now. I want to see these. Oh my God!
Short Girl Fitness.
She's totally using her shaker as her.
We know, watch her, and then she like totally shots them all the way down. It's the best.
She just spilled her shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh, this is so fun.
She's so
That's like epic shots. I mean, geez Louise.
And she's really into Disney. Like she's taking her team, like for their, leadership team. Like they're going to Disney in February. And so like all of a sudden, like, like like pre-workout dance party, like she'll do it to like Disney songs. Like all of a sudden it's like Simba.
Oh my God.
It's really funny.
Nice.
What else do you want to know about her? She's good. She's good.
I feel like didn't she just do a call for the dream team? Like she may have. I think she might have maybe this summer or something. I don't know, but I think
She did National Wake Up Call
Oh,
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, it was my jam. Like I was fangirling, and like nothing she said, I don't already know because I follow her. But yeah. Oh, we've like text back and forth before, you know, like messaged each other. Like I'll comment on her thing and she comments back, and I'm like, yeah, like it's a good time.
nice.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
So real quick, if anybody's not using this, print it out, put your numbers in for this past month, and then start a new one for October. This is really, like for me, I have to see things on paper sometimes to see what my progress looks like. And I can't just look at my back office and be like, because those numbers to me, I'm like spreadsheets, numbers, too much. But to write it down, this is a really cool thing to use, especially for this next month. I'm gonna go. I haven't been present much on social media these past few days, and I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go do a post this weekend, probably 2 posts back to back. One maybe about new coach training, and one about the last 90 days. I am also going to attempt to put together a little like 5 to 10 page, which sounds like a lot, but on Canva, just about last 90 days. Like, this is what you need to know. Here's a little paragraph. This is how, like, here's the link to how to get started with your on-demand stuff. This is an image of how to take before pictures. This is a picture of Girl Wash Your Face. If you don't have this book yet, go buy it right now. This is, just like some little tips in there and a couple inspirational quotes that I can just send to people as a PDF that they can reference for when they get started. So whether they get started, today, or whether they get started 2 weeks from today, I can send that same consistent information and have I don't know if you guys are all doing separate groups for last 90 days, but I like to sometimes do a welcome video to save in there, or like a live video with a couple things to say, like, meal planning, go here, like do this, here's 5 success tips for getting started. And then just keep that as an intro and encourage people to do a live video in there to welcome themselves to the page, or, to post their introduction. And as a coach, it's so extremely important that we post our own introduction and our own story and how we got started and what our goals were and are, because I think other people need to see that and need to kind of know what we struggle with, because we're real people and we're not just here to like sell them a challenge pack and help them drink a shake and give them a recipe and then be on our merry way. So knowing that we're kind of in it with them. I know I've sucked this week for doing check-ins in my group and posting my check-ins and posting my accountability and stuff. And I see that dips in the group, that people don't care to post theirs either because I'm not doing it. So I think, I know for me, if I'm struggling with something, I tend to retreat and I'm not present. And these last few days I've done the same, and that's why I haven't been present as much on social media. I've had some anxiety. Luke's been traveling. I've just been these last few days, and but going into the group and leaning in, or even same thing with our team page, leaning in and like asking for help or asking for guidance. I mean, not eating dinner last night and drinking my dinner last night instead was like, that's not me. I mean, sometimes it is, let's be real. But I mean, like I should have gone in and posted that last night in the page, and I didn't. And I'm like, I don't have anything to hide. Like, sometimes shit happens. So anyway, last 90 days, I think not only can just apply to our health and fitness and our group, but it can apply to our life. And I think when we all take that mindset together as a team and carry through these last few months and finish strong, amazing things will happen. Set ourselves up for success in 2019 too. So more to come on the team retreat stuff. I have a sign-up sheet somewhere floating around. Yes to mug exchange, 100% yes to vision boards, yes to a workout. And we'll just kind of put the rest of things in place as we go.
Can I send my mug with someone so I can still do the mug exchange?
Yes. And maybe we'll do a little like FaceTime and you can pick the mug you want.
Yay!
So.
I'm like, what can I do virtually from like 30 minutes away?
All of the things. You can do all of the things. We'll just keep you on permanent Zoom call.
Somebody will just live the whole thing.
Yeah. Right.
What's Sarah doing? She's in the room with her friends on the computer.
We'll just take a picture and we'll hold the computer up in the background.
We need to get a cutout of your face so that we can have you in all the pictures. What's Sarah doing now? Sarah's having a margarita. What's Sarah doing now?
Sarah really likes wine.
We need like a post-workout selfie too. So like when we do our workout, we can be like, this is Sarah sweating with us. Like she's working out.
She's 30 minutes away.
Okay. That's all I have. Let's take a pick real quick. Amanda, where are you? Get over here.
Come back.
Bring your face.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm looking.
Where did Michaela ditched out on us? She didn't even say bye.
She did. I wonder if she got kicked off.
Where's Kelly?
In Branson.
Ooh, did they just go on a little vacation? Just a little quick little trip?
You need a cookie?
You know what? This is what they do now. She's not working. They just go. It's kind of like the Jacobsons in the summer. We just go.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all. Let's turn off this dumb light so people aren't like, what is that?
Oh, man, this is bad.
I really like your short, sassy haircut.
I do too, but not post-workout.
I love it. Gross from here at all. You're fine.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
No, you need your cookies. I don't want cookies.
What is happening? Okay. We got it.
I want cookies.
We have cookies for breakfast in our household. Let's keep it real.
Bria just ate a hamburger bun. Like, that was legit what she ate for breakfast.